Good afternoon everybody. So, in the last classes we have seen introduction to C, some of the concepts of the C we have discussed. So, today we will be continuing the discussion. So, today we will be discussing about the operators and expressions. So, C supports a large number of operators. So, like it may be arithmetic or relational or logical and so on there. Yes. So, C supports a rich set of built-in operators. So, these operators are readily available. So, we can use those operators readily. For addition we may use plus operator, for subtraction we may use minus, asterisk for multiplication, division and so on there. So, we can use any of the operators there. So, there are different types of operators available in C programming: arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, assignment operators, increment and decrement operators, conditional operators, bitwise operators and special operators. So, we will be discussing this one by one. So, first, as we have discussed briefly in the last class also, so today we will discuss once again arithmetic operators. So, C provides all the basic arithmetic operators like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and modulo division, or we call that as a modulus operator. So, addition is used for addition sum of two numbers or n numbers, subtraction for subtracting two numbers anything, multiplication asterisk is a symbol for multiplication and slash is the operator for division, and percentage is a symbol for modulo division there. Yes. Next, arithmetic operators. Suppose we are having two integers a and b. So, a and b we can add to sum of two numbers, a is equal to 25 you assign and b is equal to 4 we have assigned. So, it may be 29, sum difference is 21, multiplication is 100, divided by 6 here, as we have declared it is of type integer. So, there is no fractional point here. So, 25 by 4 is 6.25 exact accuracy, but here as we declared the variable as of type integer. So, the result will be 6, and a modulus b, it will give you the integer remainder. Yes. So, 25 by 4 the remainder is 1. So, that is what the modulus operator is going to return give you there. So, a modulus b is 1 here in this case. Next is arithmetic operators. So, example if b, suppose the same, if the variable data type is of type float there. So, a is equal to 6.0 and b is equal to 7.0, sum of two numbers a plus b is 13, a minus b is minus 1.00, multiplication is 42, and a divided by b. So, 6 divided by 7 will is 0.857143 whatever it is, but here we will be having 6 as we have declared the data type as a float. So, you will be having 6 decimal points after the fractional point, will be 6 values are available. So, 13.60 minus 1.60 and so on there, and a modulus b. So, modulus operator is not eligible or not allowed for real numbers. So, you should use only for the modulus operator only the data type what you can use is only it always returns a integer remainder. So, we cannot have 6 modulus 7 sorry 6.0 by 7. So, as these are the real numbers. So, we cannot use what you can call the modulus operator for real numbers or a double, we can use only for integers. Yes. Then sometimes, so what you call one variable may be of type integer, the other may be of type real. So, that is what we can call mixed mode arithmetic, what you can call that. So, where one variable is of type integer and other variable is of type float or integer or something like that. So, this we call mixed mode arithmetic. If one is real and the other operand is integer, such expressions are called as mixed mode expressions. Example, so 15 is of type integer and 10.0. So, the result will always be of type real. 15 by 10 is equal to 1.5, and suppose if both are integer, the result will be 1, what you can 15 by 10 is equal to 1. So, such type of expressions we call that as a mixed mode arithmetic or mixed mode expressions. Next, the second type of operators are the relational operators. So, these operators are used for comparison of two variables or two operands there. Yes, whenever you compare the two variables, so the value will be, it may be true or it may be false, any one of the following. So, it will be true or false, but not both the things. So, these are the relational operators are used for comparing two quantities or two operands, what you can call. So, the value of relational operator is either true or false or 1 or 0. True means 1, false means 0. So, there are C supports around 6 relational operators. So, that is operator and meaning. So, first one is less than or equal to, is greater than or equal to, is equal to, and is not equal to that. Yes. So, less than, if A is less than B, of A is something like that, you can have comparison of two variables. So, two operands are required or two variables are required. So, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and here equal to sign is what you can call two equal to sign are there. So, that is a equality operator. If you use a single equal to sign, it becomes an assignment operator there. Yes, assignment operator. So, not equal to is exclamation with equal to. Example of relation operator, here 4.5 less than or equal to 10. Yes, 4.5 is definitely less than 10 or equal to 10. So, the result of that expression, so that expression will be evaluated. 4.5 less than or equal to 10 is an expression. So, that will be evaluated. So, the result of this expression is true. Then 5.0 less than minus 15, definitely it is false. So, the expression is the result of that expression is false, what you can call. Then minus 85 greater than or equal to 0. Yes, so it is not greater than, it is false again. Yes, 15 less than 8 plus 9. Here 8 plus 9 is again an expression that will be performed sum. So, 15 is less than 17. So, that is true. Yes. So, these operators are used in decision statement like if and while. So, where we are going to use these all operators. So, these operators we are going to use in if statement. So, which we will be discussing later part of the sections, if statement, while statement, or switch statement, and so on there. So, that is the use of your relational operators. So, these are the some of the relational operators. 6 relational operators are available as you have seen there. Yes. Next is the logical operators. So, logical operators. So, again in C. So, what do you mean by logic? Logic is nothing but some comparison, again it is a comparison. So, C has got 3 logical operators are available. Yes, 3 logical operators, that is logical AND, logical OR, and logical NOT. So, logical AND is a notation, ampersand and 2 types of ampersand and that is what we can call logical AND, logical OR, and NOT are the notations. So, logical operators and OR are used to test more than one condition and take decision. When these logical operators are useful? So, these logical operators are useful when you want to compare two expressions. If one expression as well as second expression 1 and expression 2 are true, then we need to execute some set of statements, or if either of the two is true, expression 1 or expression 2, any one of the two expression is true, then we need to execute some set of statements. In such cases, we use the logical operators. So, logical AND, logical OR, and logical NOT. So, these 3 are the logical operators. Logical operators, here there are 2 expressions, A greater than B and X is equal to 10. So, here an expression which combines 2 or more relational expressions are called as logical expressions, or they are also called as compound relational expressions there. Yes. So, see here there is one expression, A greater than B is first expression, then you are having logical AND operator, then you are having X is equal to 10 is another expression. So, if assuming A is equal to 15 and B is equal to 10, 15 greater than 10, yes, it is true, and x is equal to 10, yes, both are true, then this expression will be evaluated as true. So, these expressions are called as compound relational expressions. So, an expression which combines two or more relational expressions are called as logical expression or compound relational expressions. You can see the truth table of the logical operators. So, logical operators truth tables, suppose operator 1 and operator 2 both are 0, then the output will be 0. Both one operator is 0 and second operator is 1, output will be 0. Output first is 1, second is 0, output is 0. Both are 1, then the output is 1. So, it indicates that when both the expressions are true or when both the operands are true, then only the output of AND gate is always true. If any one of the operator evaluates to false or 0, so entire expression becomes false. That is the output of AND gate, what you can call. Is it clear? So, if any one of the input is 0 or if any one of the expression is evaluated to 0, then what happens? The entire expression evaluates to false. That is what we call the AND gate. Then OR gate, the output of OR gate is if any one of the input is 1 or true, what we can call, irrespective of the either input, if one of the expression evaluates to true, irrespective of the other expression, the entire expression is evaluated to true. That is, if any one of the input is 1, the output will always be 1. When both the expressions are 0, then only the output will be 0. Yes, that is the truth table of your logical operators. So, when both the inputs are 0, the output will be 0 for both the gates, AND gate, and we call AND and OR are the logical operators, or also we call them as a gate. Yes. Then when any one of the input is 0, the output will always be 0 for AND gate, and if any one of the input is 1, the output will always be 1 for the OR gate. That is how the logical expressions are evaluated. Yes. Next operator is your assignment operator. So, assignment operators. So, what do you mean by assignment operator? So, the operators which are used for assigning a value. You want to assign some value, a is equal to 10 or sum equal to 0 or total is equal to 0, some value you want to assign it. So, here all the, suppose if you do not assign any value to the variable, suppose you have declared integer I, yes, and you have started using the variable I in your program. So, then that I, as you have not assigned any value for that, so it is going to take an what you can call a garbage value or the old value, previous value from the system. Suppose I is equal to 10, the old value may be the 10 there. So, it is going to take that value and going to use in the program. So, always whenever you declare the variables, you need to assign it. So, by default your variables are not equal to 0. So, you should always assign a value. Initially it may be 0 or whatever the requirement value there. So, that operator is what we can call assignment operator. Assignment operators are used to assign a value or result to a variable. Yes, it may be a variable or a particular result. Suppose for example, sum is equal to sum of marks 1, marks 2, marks 3 and so, or total marks of a student, total marks is equal to marks 1 plus marks 2 plus marks 3 and so on. It can be anything. So, they are used to assign a value or result to a variable. The assignment operator is equal to, single equal to is an assignment operator. So, syntax is V is equal to value, where V is any variable, like for example, I is equal to 10 or sum equal to 0 or total equal to 0 or so on there. Yes, V is a variable and value is any number of character. Yes. So, assignment operators, again the assignment operator, there are two ways of assign. Your simple assignment is I is integer I is equal to 10, this is what. So, but there is another shortcut way of assigning the variables that will be very helpful for our programming aspect. So, C provides a shorthand assignment operator. So, syntax is V operand and is equal to expression. So, where V is a variable, exp is an expression and op is an arithmetic operator, or it may be any of your relational operators or logical operators, any operator it can be there. Yes, V is a variable, exp is an expression and op is an any arithmetic operator, it may be addition or any other operators there. So, the above expression the same V op is equal to expression is equal to the above expression is equivalent to V is equal to V operator of expression there. So, we will be seeing some of the examples for the shorthand notations there. Yes, you can see it here. And so, suppose you have written the variable as x plus or equal to y plus 1. The same expression is equivalent to x is equal to x plus y plus 1. See, you instead of writing 2 times x, you have written x as only one time, and then you have written x is x plus or equal to y plus 1, x plus or equal to y plus 1. Yes, x is equal to x plus y plus 1. So, examples are here. A is equal to a plus 1 can be written as a plus equal to 1, both are same. You can write either a is equal to a plus 1 or you can write a plus equal to 1. So, this is a shorthand notations or shorthand statement, both the statements are true, you can write in both the way, but the shorthand statement will be very helpful in the writing programs, what you can call. Then similarly, a is equal to a minus 1, that can be written as a minus equal to 1, a is equal to a star n minus 1, a star equal to n minus 1, a is equal to a percentage b, that can be written as a percentage equal to b, then a is equal to a divided by n plus 1, that can be written as a divided by is equal to n plus 1. Both these notations are valid, you can use either the simple statement or you can use the shorthand statement. So, shorthand statement will be very helpful in writing the programs. It is a shorthand notations or simple simple statement are also valid and shorthand statements are also valid. Any one of the notations you can use it, but the shorthand notations is very easier for writing the program. Yes, that is about your assignment operator. Yes. So, what are the advantages of assignment operator? Advantages of shorthand assignment operator: what appears on left hand side need not be repeated and it becomes easier to write. See, in the previous slide we can see a is equal to a plus 1, but here a is repeated twice, but in the shorthand a is repeated only once, a plus or equal to 1. That is what it says. So, what appears on left hand side need not be repeated and it becomes easier to write. What it becomes, what you call, you need not repeat the variables. So, here you can see a is repeated twice in the simple statement, but in the shorthand statement a is appearing only once. Then the statement is more concise and easier to read. So, it is very simple and very you can call easy to understand, a plus or equal to 1. So, a is repeated a single time here. So, it is very concise, what you can call. Then the statement is more efficient also there, that statement is more efficient, what you can call that. So, that is about your assignment operator. Yes. Next is about your increment and decrement operator. So, increment and decrement operator. So, increment, the name itself tells it is going to increase, and decrement is going to decrease. So, there are two very useful operators in C programming, that is increment, it is denoted as plus plus, and decrement, it is denoted as minus minus operator. So, the first is increment operator, plus plus, it adds 1 to the operand. Suppose you write I plus plus it and initialize I is equal to 1, for example I is equal to 1, and you declare and you are using the operator I plus plus. So, what it is going to do, the value of I is going to increment by 1. So, the value you have assigned the value as I is equal to 1, and when you increase I, when you execute the statement I plus plus, the value will become 2. I is equal to I plus 1. The I plus plus is equivalent to I is equal to I plus 1. So, you have declared the value of I as 1. So, you are adding 1 to it. So, the value of I becomes 2. Yes, the same way the operator minus minus subtracts 1 to the operand. Yes. So, you have declared I is equal to 1 and you are executing I minus minus. So, then I is the I minus minus is same as I is equal to I minus 1. So, 1 you initialize 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, the value of I becomes 0. So, both are binary operators. Yes. Yes. Increment and decrement. So, where they are used? So, they are very much widely used in your for loop and while loops extensively. For loops and while loops we will be discussing in the later sections. So, whenever you want to repeat the statement n number of times, what we can call that as a looping statement. Suppose you want to find the sum of n numbers or 10 numbers, for example. So, you need to add 10 numbers, number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3 and so on. So, in such cases we can use a variable as I or j and increment it and keep on checking that. So, in such cases we use what you call, it is very extensively used in the for loops as well as your while loops, what you can call. Yes. Then plus plus m or plus plus I, as we told, or m plus plus is equivalent to m is equal to m plus 1. So, what is plus plus m? It is increment operator, no doubt. There are again two types of increment. It can be prefix as well as postfix. Plus plus m is called as prefix and m plus plus is called as postfix, but both are same. For time being you can remember that it is same, but internal execution it is different, we shall be discussing later. Yes. And similarly minus minus m or m minus minus is equivalent to m is equal to m minus 1. So, even these increment operators are very widely used in your complex statements. Yes. What are the rules for increment and decrement operators? They are unary operators. Unary means you can use individually. See, a plus b becomes a binary operator. Why? Because there are two variables a and b, plus is a operator. A plus b becomes a binary operator, where the increment and decrement operators we are going to use them individually, m plus plus or j plus plus or k plus plus, something minus minus, k minus minus and so on. So, there is only one variable assigned to the operator. So, because of that they are called as unary operators. So, when postfix m plus plus or m minus. So, as I told you, increment or decrement, it can be postfix or prefix. So, here the first case m plus plus or m minus minus is used, the expression is evaluated first. Suppose assuming you are using m somewhere, m is equal to 10, for example. Yes, you assign the value of m is equal to 10, and what will be done when postfix m plus plus or m minus minus is used, the expression is evaluated first and then the variable is incremented or decremented. What happens? Suppose you assign the value of m as 10, the same value of m is used in the expression, m value will be 10, the same value is used, then the value of m is incremented or decremented. If you execute m plus plus, then the value of m becomes 11 and m minus minus, the value becomes 9. That value is used in the value of 10 or 9 will be used in the next loop. Is it clear? So, the same old value is used there. whatever the so that is what the expression says. Expression is evaluated first, whatever the expression is there, and then the variable. So, old value of m, suppose you assign the value of m as 10. So, m will be 10 only, then the next after using that value, then the variable is incremented or decremented. M becomes 11 or m becomes 9 depending on your increment or decrement operator. That is in the case of postfix. Similarly, there is prefix also for rules for increment and decrement operator for prefix. So, prefix what happens? When prefix plus plus m or minus minus m is used, then the variable is incremented or decremented first and then the expression is evaluated. So, here as in the same example, if the value of m is 10, first what it is going to do? First it is going to increase the value. So, value of m becomes 11, m plus plus m, value of m becomes 11 or minus minus m. So, value of m becomes 9. So, the new value whatever is there, that value will be used in the expression. So, here the value of m becomes 11 or 9 depending on the operator, and that the new value is used in the expression for evaluation. So, that is what the plus plus m or minus minus m is going to do it. So, that is the difference between postfix as well as prefix operator, and the precedence and associativity of plus plus and minus minus are same as left, sorry, as plus and minus. That precedence means the what you can call the hierarchy, that we will be discussing in the later. So, plus operator as minus operator, the same precedence is there for unary or increment or decrement operator, and their associativity is from left to right for both the operators. So, that is the difference between postfix as well as prefix. In the postfix, you had the first the value of the variable is used and then the variable is incremented or decremented, but in the case of prefix, first the value is incremented, then the new value is used. That is the difference between postfix and prefix operator. Postfix and prefix operator. Yes. The next operator is the conditional operator. Yes, the next operator is the conditional operator. What is a conditional operator? Yes, it is also called as ternary operator. It uses a symbol called as question mark symbol as well as colon is used. Question mark with the colon is used. It is used to construct conditional expressions of the form expression 1, expression 2 and expression 3, where expression 1 and expression 2 and expression 3, they are all expressions there. So, expression 1, expression 2 and expression 3. So, between them there is an operator called as a question mark operator and the or the colon operator. Yes. So, expression 1 is evaluated first. If it is true, then expression 2 is evaluated and that becomes the value of expression. Yes, what? Expression 1 is evaluated first. If it is true, then the value of that expression will be expression 2 is evaluated and becomes the value of expression. If expression 1 is false, then expression 3 is evaluated and its value becomes the value of expression. Yes, what happens in conditional operator? So, there are 3 expressions are there: expression 1, expression 2 as you have seen in the notation, expression syntax, expression 1, expression 2 and expression 3, where expression 1, expression 2 all are the expressions. So, what if expression 1 is true? That will be evaluated first. Expression 1 is evaluated first. If it is true, then what happened? Expression 2 is evaluated and that becomes the value of expression. So, if expression 1 is true, then expression 2 is the value of that particular expression. Suppose if expression 1 is false, then expression 3 is evaluated and its value becomes the value of expression. That is what we call expression 1 and expression 2. So, we will see one example for that. So, suppose you assume A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 15. If x is equal to, x is a variable, A greater than B, that is your expression 1, A colon B. Yes. So, if A is greater than B, so here what happened, 10 greater than B, no, here it is false. 10 is greater than 15, it is false, hence the value of expression becomes 15 here. Yes. So, the expression is false. Yes. So, what? So, then B will be evaluated. So, expression 2 will be evaluated. So, what? A colon B is there. So, 10 is not greater than 15. So, the value of the expression is false here, x is equal to A greater than B. So, it is going to compare whether 10, A is 10 and B is 15. If 10 is greater than 15, it is false, 10 is not greater than, it is less than. So, the value of the expression is false, hence the value of the expression becomes B, B as the expression. So, here what is the B? So, 15 is the number. So, the value of x is equal to 15 will be assigned there. So, as you have seen in the example, if expression 1 is evaluated to false, so expression 3, here expression 3 is, expression 1 is A greater than B, expression 2 is A and expression 3 is B here. So, what is expression 1? A greater than B. So, here A is not greater than B, so it is false. So, naturally expression 3 is assigned to x there. So, 10 greater than 15 is false, hence the value of x is equal to 15. So, expression 3 is assigned to x. Same case, next the same example, if 10 is less than 50, suppose you are having if A is less than B, is what happens. In the above example, if 10 less than 15, it is true, instead of having A greater than B, if we have A less than B, yes, x is equal to A less than B question mark A colon B. So, here 10 less than 15, yes, it is true. In the above example, what happened, 10 is less than 15, it is true, hence the value of expression becomes expression 1, that expression 2, that is nothing but A in this case. So, value of expression becomes 10 there, x will be equal to 10. So, this is how what you can call the conditional operator will be used. So, this operator will be very useful whenever you want to have what you can call find the in decision making statement. It is similar, suppose for example, we want to very common example for where can we use a conditional operator is whenever we want to compare 3 numbers. For example, suppose you want to find the largest of 3 numbers, whether A, B and C are the 3 numbers, whether you want to find A is greater than B or A is greater than C. So, in such cases, one of the best example where we can use the conditional operator is to find the largest of 3 numbers. So, wherein if we use the if statement, we require multiple if statement 2 or 3, we need to compare whether A is greater than B and A is greater than C first statement, or else if A is greater than B is greater than C second statement, or the else part. So, you require minimum of 2 or 3 if statement, but the same what you can call, instead of using multiple if statement, the same concept can be implemented with the help of conditional operator. It will reduce the number of steps in the programming. So, this is very useful operator, that is what we call the conditional operator. As you have seen the syntax, we will be using the question mark as well as the colon operator. Yes, that is about your conditional operator. So, next we shall go to what you can call the next type of operator is your bitwise operator. What are bitwise operator? So, bitwise operators are for manipulation of data. at bit level. You want to what you can call one, as you know, for storing a data it is going to take 1 byte of data. What is 1 byte? 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. So, as you know, your ASCII code is a 7 bit ASCII code, but we are using 8 bit for storing a data. Yes. So, 8 bits are there. So, we want to manipulate with individual bits of 8 bytes. We want to OR with 1 byte, second byte or third byte or any number of bytes. So, for manipulation of that, there are operators called as the bitwise operators. So, there are 5 bitwise operators are there. So, C supports bitwise operators for manipulation of data at bit level. You can OR with individual bits, 2 bytes can be OR together, yes, 2 bytes can be AND together, or you can do XOR, or you can do shift right or shift left, whatever you want you can do it. Yes, C supports bitwise operators for manipulation of data at bit level. So, they are used for testing or shifting right or left. You can shift towards left or you can use shift towards right, or even testing is nothing but doing ANDing or performing or performing exclusive OR and so on there. Yes. So, there are different types of operators available. So, the first one is the AND operator. Yes, AND operator, bitwise AND, same AND as you have seen in the logical AND, same thing here also. When any one of the input is 0, the output will be 0, same case here, but this that logical AND is used for comparison of 2 expressions, and this AND is for ANDing individual bits. Yes. Similarly, bitwise OR, this OR is used for ORing individual bits. Yes. So, here also if any one of the bit is 1, automatically the result will be 1. And bitwise exclusive OR. So, these are the notations, as you can see, operators and their meaning. Operator is an ampersand is a bitwise, single ampersand is a bitwise AND, whereas double ampersand is a logical AND operator. Then single OR operator, and if you have got the 2 lines, it becomes a bitwise. A single line is a bitwise OR and double line is what you can call logical OR. Then what you can call the bitwise exclusive OR is what you can call it as a operator, a bitwise exclusive operator. Yes. Then shift left is your less than 2 less than symbols, and 2 right greater than symbols is your shift right operator, what you can. So, what is bitwise exclusive OR? What will be the output of bitwise exclusive OR? So, the output of exclusive OR is when both the inputs are different, that is one input is 0 and other input also is 1. So, the inputs are different, then the output will be always true. When both the inputs are same 0 0 or 1 1, the output will be always 0. So, the output of exclusive OR is when any one of the input is different, when any one both the both the inputs, if any both the inputs should be different, one should be 0 1 or 1 0, then the output will always be 1. So, that operator we call that as a bitwise exclusive OR operator. Then shift left is nothing but it's we can call as a division, go on shifting go on shifting to left position, where shift right becomes your you are going to shift it by right. So, shift left, you can shift the bits to left side or you can shift the bits to right side. So, these are the exclusive operator there. Yes, bitwise operators. Then the next one we are having the special operators. The special operators are there are 4 special operators available in C. And the first one is the comma operator, then you are having the size of operator, then the pointer operators, that is ampersand and asterisk, and member selection operator, that is the period and what you can call the arrow with arrow operator it is. So, here we will be discussing right now the 2 operators, that is comma operator and size of operator. Yes. So, comma operator is used to link the related expressions together. suppose there are many variables are there, you are declaring integer I comma j comma k l m n. So, j k I, all these are the variables, those variables will be separated by a comma operators, or integer sum comma total, you will be between the variables you will be using a operator to differentiate the variables. Yes, comma operator is used to link the related expression together. It is evaluated from left to right. Yes, it is evaluated from left to right. Then example, here you can see here value is a variable, x is equal to 10, y is equal to 5, x plus y. So, in the above example here you see what is the value of x, you assign the value of x as 10, yes, assigns 10 to x, first expression. Next, y is equal to 5, we are assigning y, and third value is 15, x plus y. So, in the expression there are 3 values are there, we are assigning 10 to x, 5 to y, and then we are performing a sum operator x plus y, what you can call. So, 3 different expressions are here in the value variable, you are assigning 3 different expressions are there. First is assigning 10 to x, 5 to y, and then you are performing the sum of x plus 5. Yes. So, in such cases we can use the comma operator. So, it is also one of the special operator. So, where it is very widely used, it is very widely used in for and while loops, where you want to have 2 different variables in a for loop. You can use for I comma I is equal to 0 comma j is equal to 1 or whatever may be there, you can separate it by the comma operator. So, comma operator is very widely used in the for and while loops there. Next, the next operator what we have is the size of operator. The size of operator is a compile time operator and used with an operand. What do you mean by compile time? While executing it is going to use it there. Yes. So, while executing, suppose you declare the variable as integer I. So, I want to check what is the memory allocated to variable I, or maybe to the data type, anything, it can be a variable, it can be a data type, it can be any operator. Yes, the size of operator, it is a compile time operator and used with an operand. Yes, it returns the number of bytes the operand occupies, how much byte it is going to take it. It may be 10 bytes or 20 bytes or whatever may be, or 2 bytes, whatever it. The operand, what should be the operand for size of? The operand can be any of a variable, constant, or a data type. Suppose you declare integer, so how many bytes integer is allocated to it, you can use it. Or suppose you declared sum is equal to 20, integer sum is equal to 20, or character C is equal to name something, some you define. So, in such cases you can see how many bytes are allocated for individual character, constant, or it can be data type. So, you want to check what is the memory allocated for character, integer, float, and double. You can give size of integer. So, it will give you how many bytes the integer is allocated, size of character, how many bytes allocated for character data type, size of float or size of double. So, how many bytes are allocated, even you can calculate what is the memory allocated for individual arrays. So, that will be what is the array, again that is all those things we will be discussing in the later part. So, in such way size of operator will give you the number of bytes allocated to a particular variable or operand. So, example is here, example m is equal to size of sum, sum is a variable here. So, how many bytes are allocated for variable sum. So, that is going to give, suppose if it is integer it may take as 2 bytes and so on there. Yes. And similarly, I want to find n is equal to size of long integer. So, long integer how many bytes it is going to take it, it may take 4 bytes or 8, whatever, depends again on the system there. So, that is what is going to p size of 235m, it is a constant, 235m is a constant what you have assigned. So, how many bytes are allocated for 235m? that is what it is going to give you. So, p, m, n, p are the variables where it is going to give you the number of bytes, size of sum, it may be 2 bytes, size of long integer 4 bytes, and size of 235m, it may be 2 bytes, whatever it is. So, that will be assigned to the variable m, n and p. So, that is the special operator. So, other special operators, those will be discussed in the later chapters. So, these are the special operators available in what you can call C programming. So, as we have discussed, so the all the 8 operators we have discussed it here. Yes. So, we can just see in the table we have got around 8, yes, the 8 operators are there. Yes. So, arithmetic operators, which are nothing but your all arithmetic operators, addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Then we have discussed the relational operators. They are used for comparison of 2 numbers or 2 expressions, what you can call a less than b, or expression 1 or expression 2, whatever it may be there. Then logical operators, they are nothing but there are 3 logical operators are there. So, that is logical operators are logical and, or, and not. Not is similar to complement. If true, complement of true is false. So, like that logical and logical, or and not, 3 operators. Then we are having assignment operators. So, assignment operators are used for assigning the values to the variables or expressions, it may be there. Again, in assignment operator we have discussed what we can call the shorthand notation of operators. So, which will be very helpful, where we are not going to repeat the variable which is there on the left hand side there. Then we have discussed increment and decrement operators, where increment operators is used for increasing the value by 1 and decrement operator is going to decrease the value by 1. Again, in increment operator there are 2 types, post increment and pre increment. So, post, or we call postfix increment or prefix increment, where the postfix, or you can call the value of the variable is used and then the value is incremented, whereas in prefix the value is incremented first and then the value is used. Then we have will be using what you can call the conditional operators, where the conditional operator is a special operator, or we can call the ternary operator, where it is a combination of your question mark as well as what you can colon operator, which is very useful for performing having a comparison. So, the conditional operator will be having 3 different expressions, expression 1, expression 2 and expression 3. If expression 1 is evaluated and if it is true, then expression 2 will be assigned to it, or if expression 1 is false, then expression 3 will be assigned. Then we are having the last one is the bitwise operators, where bitwise operators are used for performing individual bits. You can manipulate with individual bits. So, there are again 5 types of bitwise operators, that is bitwise and, bitwise or, then we are having exclusive or, left shift and right shift. So, 5 bitwise operators. Then the last operators what we have discussed is your special operators, where there are 4 or 5 we have comma operators, size of operator, ampersand and asterisk, that is pointers, and for evaluation of structures and accessing the members we are having a period operator. So, 4 operators are there, and we have discussed 2 special operators, that is comma operators, that is used for separating with the variables or different expression with the help of a comma, and the last one is your size of operator, which will return you the number of bytes allocated to individual variables or data types or any operand. So, these are the special operators available. So, we have discussed the operators. So, with this we will wind up this class, and the remaining things about some of the examples, precedence and hierarchy. So, there is an expression. So, for example, expression consists of a large number of operands are there. So, we can see one of the example. So, arithmetic operators are there. Yes. So, minus is there, 3 minus 5 plus 7 equal to expression is there. So, in this expression which variable or which expression need to be evaluated first. So, that we need to discuss. All those things will be discussed in the next class. So, with this we will wind up with this class, and thank you.